We recently found out that when they were working on Deadpool and Wolverine and Hugh Jackman agreed to join the project, he had a couple of questions that were pretty important in terms of his return and what he was going to offer to the role of Wolverine. And one of the things he wanted to explore was who exactly is the worst version of Wolverine, and he was the man behind the whole idea of here's how we present him. So when Ryan Reynolds and Shawn Levy pitched the return of Wolverine, Hugh Jackman agreed to do it with the initial pitch, but he had some questions and concerns in regards to the character of Wolverine, what they would do with Logan, and he wanted to specifically go over some of these details and add a little bit more. So it was revealed after the release of Deadpool and Wolverine that when it came to the concepts of the story, how they treated Logan, that Wolverine himself, Hugh Jackman, was very protective of how they treated the legacy of Logan. But furthermore, once they figured out that they weren't going to effectively touch that or undo any of that, he then had more concerns in regards to the Wolverine he would be playing. And what was revealed is that the backstory that we saw in the film wasn't necessarily the same as it was initially pitched, and that Jackman sat down with them and he went over some of his ideas, talking about how he wanted the worst version of Wolverine to be portrayed. Down on his luck, this version of the character that was completely different than any version he's played on film. And that he was the one that was coming up with the concepts of what happened in his history, what made him this way, and that he wanted to flesh out that character's backstory the way that they did. And this to me is honestly refreshing to hear that an actor had this many great ideas, that he clearly loved the character enough that he was behind, hey, what if this Wolverine is a complete loser? Like, what if we do this completely differently, and then in that way, I can also explain why he has this suit. And we're going to do a meta commentary on a different version of what was happening with the suits in the other films, but also we need a reason for him to wear it. And all of that being something that Jackman refined and knew he wanted to tell the story this way, just tells you about how much he cares about the character of Wolverine, and that for him, it's not just a simple pay job, and that he in fact does legitimately love the character of Wolverine, and that he's grown to understand what the fans wanted, and that there's a story to tell that sort of shows us who the character was before, but also who the character can be, and how they can deal with him not wearing the suit for decades, and explain it in a meta way. Like, truly just shows you that some actors do care about the characters that they play, and it's more than a pay job.